All right, how's it, everybody? I have got major issues. Hold up. Whoa. There we go. Much better. I had some reverb there. Don't know if you noticed, but I sure did. All right, hey, how's it, everyone? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time. 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. You would think I would have that little spiel memorized by now. You would think I don't have to do the math every single time I say those words. Nope, you would think you'd be wrong. You'd be thinking wrong. Yes, indeed, I have to do the math every single time. I don't know why. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. But you know what does change? The people that come in early, the people that come in every day, the people that are here. So I'm going to say hello to Rick and Darlene because they are back from their tour de force of the Wisconsin Cabin North Shore Lake area. And we've got Andre in the house. We've got Terry in Scotland, who probably came in off of his pirate ship, throwing down the schedule for everybody. Let's see here. And I think I saw Michael Anthony Smith. I did see Michael Anthony Smith. Good to see you. And let's see here. Felicia Nichols off on the YouTube side. Also, excellent to see you here. And let's see here. Did I say thank you for resubscribing, Rick? If I did, I'm saying it again. And if I didn't, I'm saying it for the first time. So thank you, Rick, for resubbing. Darlene also here. I knew she'd be here eventually. And let's see here. All right. So it looks like we got the usual suspects. And exactly, Andre, they have returned from their celebrations and voluntary exile, wise and voluntary exile from the Milwaukee area until now. Precisely. Yes, that was quite a weekend to be living in that particular city. And I have a feeling I would have headed on out of there as well if I could have. Mama Sean coming through from Arizona. You're having a storm, so may or may not be hanging on for this whole stream. Hopefully, the wind will not rip her sails out from under her. And yeah, I know I keep talking pirate talk. There's a reason. But before I tell you my reasoning, why don't we just get the party started, okay? I meant to stick with that black cat just looking at your soul for an extra couple seconds, because gosh darn it, I just love that image. I love those green eyes and just that little black face, vaguely discernible on that black screen. Yes, indeed. I once took a picture of Dusty Boy sort of like that during a power outage. I'd show it to you if I knew where it was, but yeah, I don't know where it is. But I can tell you right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do those pictures with Dusty anymore. Not because Dusty's not around. Boy, is he. But Dusty is turning into one Siamese cat, y'all. His body has been so sun-bleached this summer. And you can actually tell which side he usually sleeps on, because one side is just a little bit darker than the other side that gets exposed to more sun. But his face and his feet and his tail are still black as night. But the rest of his body is just this rusty blonde, brown. He just looks like the most exotic little Siamese. I'm loving his frosted look. His blonde phase is very becoming. He definitely looks good with highlights. He is a very beautiful, highlighted Dusty Boy. And yes, he is two-toned. And Terry, I'm sure that Dusty and Ashes and Leo would love your meows, but I think they're all outside. And speaking of Leo, you guys, I wish Puzzycat was here, and if Puzzycat comes later, we're going to tell this story again. But last night, I came home. No, it was the night before last. I came home a little bit later than my cats were used to. And so when I came to the front door, they were both like, meow, 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 meow. And I was like, I know, we've got it. Don't worry, because it's the wet food time, right? And so I walk in the door, and who is sitting there patiently by the cat food dishes, by the back door? He's just laying there like a sphinx, the way the sphinx is posed. Leo, in the house, just patiently waiting for dinner time. He knows when dinner time is. And yeah, right, Rick, Puzzy is probably watching NASCAR at Indy. That makes sense. But yeah, Leo was just there like, they were outside yelling at you. I was inside politely waiting. Didn't make a peep, didn't make a sound. I just knew you'd be in eventually, and you'd fill my belly. And I did. And then he left, and everything was great. So there you have it. Leo is such a polite kitty. He's just so polite. Much more polite than my cat sometimes. And let's see here. Rick, you're down into or Mama Sean, you're down into the 90s. God, when rain has you down into the 90s, that is so hot. And but Rick, he's bragging because Milwaukee is 72 degrees. And you know what? Dude? Milwaukee is right around Seattle's time. Okay, let's try this one more time, baby doll. Seattle is right about the temperature of Milwaukee at this moment. And holy flirkin' snit, Gina, did I not say hi to you? Because I swear I said hi, but I'm feeling like now that I see that you're like, I feel invisible here. It's like, you know what? I might not have said hi to you. Did you come in after I said hi to everybody? Time is hard. Oh, I see where you came in. You know what? I don't think I did say hi to you. I totally see. Yep. And let's see here. And let's see here. Terry is remembering something from last night, which I don't quite remember it going down that way. But yeah, we did have someone come in and was like, "What are you watching?" And it's like, it's a 1982 classic, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Who the hell are you? And yeah, so there you have it, Rabbit. And yeah, he didn't hang out for very long at all. But I don't think we had to kick him out, did we? I don't know. I didn't kick him out. That's what the mods do. They're so good at that. They're just like, "Excuse me, sir. You're disturbing the cinematic experience here, and we don't like the flavor of popcorn that you've brought into the theater because it's kiwi-flavored popcorn, and no one likes kiwi-flavored popcorn here because who puts kiwi on popcorn? So we're going to have to ask you to leave. And by the way, you spilled your soda too? We'll clean that up, but you're not welcome back here because you spilled your soda and you're eating kiwi popcorn, and you're just weird." That's probably what the mod said. I mean, verbatim. That's the script I've given them, actually. But only when someone has kiwi-flavored popcorn. Other than that, they're allowed to stay. To tell you the truth, I don't really know if there is kiwi-flavored popcorn, but I don't think it would be very good if there was. I know that there's watermelon-flavored popcorn. I know that there's all sorts of flavored popcorns. I've just never seen a kiwi-flavored one. But I don't really know how I just got on that tangent. Wow. Okay. Oh, Pussycat, you are here and you heard the Leo story. Good. The race is over, Rick, and you're just chilling. Excelente. And, okay, Terry, no, you guys didn't throw him out, but he was informed that he was cramping our style. Exactly. Gina, you don't remember having to ban anyone for kiwi-flavored popcorn last night? Well, perhaps it was all a figment of my imagination, because that sometimes happens. Lots of figments of lots of imaginations. But for those of you who weren't here last night, we watched this classic movie that was Brain Candy. And Rick, you watched the YouTube taste test short, still funny the second time around. Yeah, I tried to cut it down to the bare minimum of the taste testing. Because really the taste test lasted for a lot longer than 18 minutes that I cut it down to. I'm actually trying to cut it down even shorter, but I have to say that stupid taste test, dude, it's getting traction on the Facebook feeds more than a lot of my other videos. And it looks like a couple people have subscribed to the channel due to the taste test short, Which, by the way, you guys, if you are here and lurking and you are new to Chatter with Statter via the YouTube side, especially thanks to the taste test video, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, obviously like and subscribe this. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm not really happy. Michael Anthony Smith, kiwi popcorn does exist. I wasn't really that surprised to that, because I mean they've got sugar flavored everything, right? You know, so if you can make a kiwi syrup, you can make a kiwi popcorn. That is so I'm not at all surprised. And let's see here. Gina, granted, kiwi flavoring is an insult to popcorn. Precisely. I really didn't think that would be a good flavor combo, is what I'm trying to say there. Kiwi flavored like the trade name of the Chinese gooseberry, or does it taste like a citizen of New Zealand? Well, no. No, the kiwi fruit. You know that fuzzy green thing that you're never sure if you're supposed to eat the skin, but some people do, even though it's fuzzy and weird. The kiwi fruit, you know. Kiwi is particularly good for something I read recently, but I can't remember what it was exactly. And yes, Darlene is saying what I was trying to say. Whoever is new here, welcome in. And also what I was trying to say is that Mama Sean coming with the facts. Kiwi's good for your stomach and intestines, Terry. Rick coming in with the snark. Kiwi, was it good for memory? That's a good one, Rick. And Chinese gooseberry did not sell the fruit like naming it what it looks like. I don't know what a Chinese gooseberry is, so I'm really not sure that I understand what is even going on with that. But speaking of gooses, okay, maybe we're not speaking of gooses. Speaking of geese, we're not really speaking of geese. A kiwi is a Chinese gooseberry? You mean the fruits that are like this big are considered a berry? Okay. That's what I was talking about. Huh. Who knew? Andre knew. I didn't know. But speaking of gooses and geeses, they're scary. And you don't want to be chased by one. But you know what is even scarier than gooses or geeses being chased by them? By now you might have heard of it. It's kind of a big news. It happened earlier this week. Darlene, your two favorite berries are blueberry and raspberry, but you've never had a gooseberry. No, me either. And I thought that gooseberries were sort of the size of grapes and green, but not like grapes. But I don't know anything at all about that. But what I do know is it's scary to be chased by geese. But you know what else? It's even scarier to be chased by sea lions. But you know what else? All of these people deserve to be chased by sea lions. And so I'm going to show you this news clip. And frankly, bad things happened when I saw it. I wished them bites. I don't think they got bites, but I wished them bites. So they would learn the hard way.
Yeah, another warning about getting too close to the sea lions. This video taken in La Jolla Cove last month shows sea lions charging at beachgoers. Sea lions raise their babies in the cove from May through October. San Diego city officials say human interaction triggers protective behavior from adult sea lions and could result in their offspring being abandoned or injured. We saw a similar video recently of a sea lion lunging at a father and son who tried to take a picture and got too close. Yeah, another warning about getting too close to the sea lions. This video taken in La Jolla Cove last month shows sea lions charging at beachgoers. Sea lions raise their babies in the cove from May through October. San Diego city officials say human interaction triggers protective behavior from adult sea lions and could result in their offspring being abandoned or injured. We saw a similar video recently of a sea lion lunging at a father and son who tried to take a picture and got too close.
Yeah, I know we watched that twice, but I wanted to watch it twice because I missed the first part because I couldn't hear it. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie, I had bad thoughts when I saw that video. I really did. I really had hopes that somebody would have gotten bit. Because for real, y'all, what are you thinking? I don't think people understand how fast those huge things can actually move. I really don't think that they get that, like, no, they can get up to 20 miles an hour if they really, really, really want to. Sure, they can't do it long, but trust me, even if they hit you at 10 miles an hour, that 500-pound beast is going to do some damage. But let's not get the soapbox out, all right? Hey, DJ Smook, how are you? Good to see you here. And so let's see here. It looks like we've got people who do know what gooseberries are. And gooseberries resemble grapes, but they don't grow in a cluster. And they are really, really tart. Dr. Steve learned the hard way and didn't listen to Mama Sean. And Terry in Scotland, gooseberries look kind of like little watermelons with short hairs on them. That's exactly the berry I was thinking of, although I didn't know that they had hairs on them. But I remembered them being like green, light green with slightly darker zigzaggy stripies on them. I don't know if they look like watermelons on the inside though. I've never had one, but I will keep in mind that they are tart, and so I will proceed accordingly, i.e. have a big bowl of sugar. And let's see here. So Terry in Scotland, New Zealand oversold kiwi fruit. When they first arrived in the UK, they cost 3 times what they do now. You know, I don't really like kiwi fruit. I mean, just a little bit, like, in a fruit salad, but, like, if someone's like, ooh, let's go buy a kiwi and eat it and share it, it's like, you know, how about you have the whole thing? I don't really like the texture. The seeds are kind of too seedy. It's kind of too tangy on the sour side. Yeah. And so, what is the origin of the kiwi fruit's name? Being of Chinese origin, kiwi fruit originally had a Chinese name, Yang Tao. When the fruit was grown in New Zealand, their sweet, sharp flavor and green color quickly earned them the nickname Chinese gooseberries. Oh. So, and then Darlene's like, I like kiwi, but are gooseberries similar? Well, judging from how the kiwi got the Chinese gooseberry nickname, I guess maybe gooseberries taste similar to kiwis? Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. And you don't like kiwi, and I like so many other things, but you do detest them. Honestly, it's as much of a texture thing for kiwis with me as it is a flavor thing. And like I said, mixed in other fruit salad just a little bit, I can handle it, but I don't want to eat a slice of it on my pie or my fruit tart or my, what is that thing called? Pavlova. And DJ, kiwi's fruit is so good. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, DJ Smook, we have a plan. If we are ever at a banquet together and they're serving kiwi fruit, you come sit next to me. Come sit here. I'll give you all my kiwi fruit. And then it'll look like I enjoyed the kiwi fruit also. But really, you got an overabundance and everybody's happy. I look good. You're happy because you've got your yumminess in your belly. That's our plan of action right there. Right there. And let's see here. Mama Sean, it's like, no, they don't taste the same. No, gooseberries are small like a grape, and I will eat kiwi happily. And let's see here. Think rhubarb tart, cook with lots of sugar. Right, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, was I would need a spoonful of sugar to help the gooseberry go down. Yeah, totally. And speaking of a spoonful of sugar, Trail dust fruit, you're in. Yes, we're talking about kiwis and gooseberries. And then we're talking about Chinese gooseberries, which apparently is the same thing as a kiwi fruit. And, well, right now that's all we're talking about. But you know, throw it out, dude. What you want? You want to eat a rambutan? I don't even know if that's how you say that. Do you want to? How about a mangosteen? Do you want to eat talk about mangosteen? I don't know anything about mangosteen, so you're gonna have to You're really gonna have to lead the conversation if we go down there. And let's see here. Andre coming with more facts. The Statter Fact crew. Kiwi or Chinese gooseberry or yang tao is edible berry of several species of woody vines in the genus Actinidia or something like that. The most common cultivar group is the kiwi is let's go back because it kept going. The most common cultivar of kiwi is oval, about the size of a large hen's egg, 5 to 8 centimeters in length, and 4.5 to 5.5 centimeters in diameter, according to the wiki of the PD. All right, eMusic also in the house. We are talking about random fruits, and no, Andre, mangosteen is a tropical fruit that I don't really think has anything to do with mangoes, even though it's got it in its name. But I do think it vaguely tastes like mangoes. Whenever I've had it in a drink, it does sort of taste like a mango flavoring. But I don't know a lot about mangosteens other than what I've seen on drink labels. And yeah, totally, Mama Sean. You miss rhubarb because you have to cook with so much sugar. It's definitely not a carb-free. Yes, totally. Wait, now it's random fruits? Well, you know how the chatter scatters, my friend. So if you've got something else to say about kiwi, for instance, Trail Dust, do you have a recipe that you like for kiwi? Now is the time to throw it down because we can talk about food here for quite some time at the Chatter with Statter. So even though we did not plan on this, I can tell you right now, you guys, I have my little folder of things that I was planning on talking about, and kiwi is not anywhere in the picture list, the movie, the video list, not even close. But Andre coming in, mangosteen, also known as the purple mangosteen, is a tropical evergreen tree with edible fruit native to islands of Southeast Asia, from the Malay Peninsula to Borneo. It's been cultivated extensively in tropical Asia since ancient times. All right, there we go. Mama Sean telling Darlene that you grew up with tons of rhubarb things. I remember as a kid, okay, I wasn't a kid, I was a teenager, and I snuck home from partying way too late, and there was this crumble left on the kitchen counter, and I was hungry, and so I was like, okay, that looks good, and I thought it was like apple or something. Well, it was it was not apple or something. So I got a huge piece and dug into it, and it was rhubarb. And let me just tell you, when you're expecting apple something and rhubarb something hits your tongue, oh, that was, I remember that evening to this day. It was definitely, boy howdy. Now, granted, I did find some ice cream to mellow out that tartness that I wasn't expecting, and I finished it, and then I went to bed. But I honestly had no idea what it was, and it wasn't until the next day that my mom was just like, "Oh, I see you ate the rhubarb crumble. I thought you didn't like rhubarb." And it was like, yeah, I don't like the rhubarb. I did actually. Well, funny, Darlene, I did spit it out, but then I was like, well, the top is really yummy. Maybe I can just focus on the crumble top, but that didn't really work. So then I got the ice cream out, and it eventually did get at. But yeah, that first bite didn't go into the basket. It went into the garbage disposal, actually, in the kitchen sink. Hey, Kenny from the Cove. We are talking about random fruits. It started with kiwi. Now we have somehow gotten to rhubarb, but there was a visit to the gooseberry plant in between. Oh, and some mangosteen as well. So, if you've got any Fruit Loopy kind of things to talk about, by all means, now is the time to bring him to the table, because clearly we are in the fruit course of our meal today at Chatter with Statter. So, don't worry, we'll get on to heavier topics, but right now we're on the fruit course. And, oh, Mama Sean, you have a killer rhubarb bread. Now you're going to have to go find some rhubarb and make it. Rhubarb bread. Well, now that is weird sounding to me. Right, here comes the fruit tray. Exactly. Rhubarb bread. So, Mama Sean, I know that this is probably more typing than you care to do, but can you explain, like, what? Rhubarb bread. How is it sour like rhubarb? Or is it, so sweet and, like, maybe brown sugary that it, like, what? What, man? I understand zucchini bread. I get these things, but I'm just like, rhubarb, huh? It's like a pound cake. Okay. I might have to try that. And Pussycat banana bread today. You are so lucky. My mom had the best recipe for banana bread, which I still do to this day have. And every other banana bread is completely subpar. And I'm sure you feel that way about every other banana bread except for your wife's. Banana bread is so delicious, but you guys, let me ask you, I am a little bit of a banana bread purist. Do you guys like anything in your banana bread? And Kenny from the Cove, I'm not at all surprised that you know about rhubarb and gooseberries making awesome pies, because you're the pie man, is what it is. You are the pie man. And trailed us right now, the wild raspberries and blackberries are ripe here. Yeah, I think the blackberries are on the verge of being ripe here too. I need to go down the street, down the block to my little secret squirrel patch, which isn't a secret squirrel patch at all. It's just that nobody else seems to pick from it, which I don't understand, because it's the most perfect patch to pick from, because it's right by a road, except for it's a road that nobody uses. It's right on the side of the road, so you don't have to go down a deep trail. All of the berries are at, like, chest height, so you don't have to go low or go high. You know, it's just perfect. And, okay, so Dr. Steve says it's like banana bread. So very, very moist. Okay. And Pussycat, they have mixes for banana bread. She better have made it from scratch. Let me just tell you right now, you don't get a banana bread mix. That's just silly. That's silly. Yeah, she better have made it. And let's see here. You have Driscoll blackberry bushes growing on our back fence. They're just starting to ripen. Yeah, we've got the Himalayan blackberries. And when I say we, I mean a collective we, as in the entirety of the Puget Sound has Himalayan blackberries. Within probably 25 feet of any direction you may be standing, you will find a Himalayan blackberry bush. Whether it's wanted or not, that's a different story, but yeah. Yeah. We've got a lot of those around here. They will take over. Well, they almost took over my house last summer. So, and they're pretty big berries, but not nearly as big as some of the blackberries. Like Marion berries, they can get to be like almost as big as your thumb. Whereas the Himalayans are generally just as big as the top of your thumb. So they're not tiny. Now, we do also have super tiny blackberries in Washington. Those are the native trailing blackberries, and they're super tiny, super flavorful, but they've already ripened and fallen off the vine weeks ago. And, wow, Rick, I'm jealous. Wild blueberries just about done around your cabin. Your brother brags he picked about 20 blueberry pies worth. Yum. That sounds yum. And Andre, you do miss Zippy's blackberry shake. Their blackberry shake is good, but honestly, I like Smokey's blackberry shake better. Oddly enough, Smokey's had a better blackberry shake. So next time you come here, don't forget to get a shake at Smokey's. And Darlene, maybe that kind of berry. They are big, juicy berries. Who knows? There's a quadrillion kinds of blackberries out there, and it sounds like you've got a variety called Driscoll, and I wouldn't doubt that. I have no doubt that you know the variety that you've got, but I do know that what we call Himalayan blackberries here are actually a cultivar from Armenia, brought to the United States by a gentleman named Burbank. Burbank, you might recognize that name as a city in California that was named after the person I'm talking to. And Burbank was responsible for creating a gardening, like he had a nursery and he was trying to sell plants and things and creating different species of plants. So he is the one who crossbred and created, I believe, the Shasta daisy. And then he also went around the world, or had people go around the world looking for different blackberries that they could sell. And the most the most hardy producer, the most strenuous specimen that he could find was from Armenia, but he renamed it the Himalayan and sold it all up and down the West Coast. Turns out people in like California might not be able to cultivate the Himalayans, but boy oh boy, the Pacific Northwest, that beautiful garden species has turned into the most invasive species the western half of our state has to deal with. Oh my God. And let's see here. Terry, your mother used to make cherry icebox pie, line a Pyrex dish with graham cracker crumbs, sound good, pour in banana pudding, add a layer of banana slices, top it off with Comstock cherry pie filling, place in fridge. I've never heard of Comstock cherry pie filling, but it sounds like it's a brand that the Midwest still has. And Mama Sean, your son just went to a diner and you had to look at the menu. Oh no. So was there pie on the diner menu? Or now you like, bring me back some rhubarb pie, son. I need some rhubarb pie from that diner. And and let's see here, Darlene, your daughter gave us plants from the first property they lived at, and she said they also make wine out of that berry too. Now, I haven't taken up winemaking. No, just wine drinking. Actually, I don't know if you drink wine, but I was just joking there, Darlene. And whoa, dude, you about died. A key lime pie was $40. You could make a ton with your pies. You were like, oh my God. Yeah, you know what, dude? Actually, that's so funny you should say that, because the other day, my boss and her husband ordered some 2 slices of pie from a pie shop. Okay, y'all, seriously, do you know how much? They ordered 1 slice of cherry pie and they ordered 1 slice of blueberry pie. Each slice of pie costs the same amount. Do you know how much they paid per slice of pie? And it wasn't like it was a pie that was this big. It was a regular sized pie, regular sized slice of pie. Guess how much each slice cost? $12. Rick, honestly, it might have well been. It wasn't that much though, but $9 per slice. And seriously, guys, the slices were like, yeah, they were like, it was a 10-inch pie, so they were 5-inch. They were 5-inch slices. 5-inch slices. Yeah. 5 inches. 5 inches. If it was a Costco size pie, I could maybe, you know, because like the Costco size pies are like 16 inches or whatever, I could almost see it. But a 5-inch, it was $9 cherry pie, and it wasn't very good. I took a bite and it was just like gross. And let's see here. Terry asking, have you ever made a date roll? Your mother made one for Christmas once. I still dream about it. You know what, Terry? I don't know if Darlene has, although she might have. I've never really cooked with dates, and I don't understand why. Because every time I eat a date, I think to myself, this is the best fruit in the flippin' world. Why don't I eat more dates? Why don't I cook with more dates? That date roll, I don't know what it was, but I'll eat it. That sounds delicious. I'll dream about it from now on for you, Terry. Lemon meringue. You know what? I just don't like lemon meringue pie. I love the lemon, but the meringue part freaks me out. I don't like that. Take the lemon part, the meringue off, and I'll just eat that curd, the lemon curd. It's so tasty and it's so sour. Ah. Yeah, I love it when you make faces like that. And Mama Sean, oh, you make some killer pies, especially key lime pie, and top that with some mascarpone. I would do that. I would do that. And pie should only be 3.141. No, it should be 3.14159, not 16. 3.14159. Hey, Cindy Krause, good to see you. We're talking about fruit pies. We were talking about kiwis, but now we're talking about fruit pie. Cindy, we're talking about food. I know. Mark it on your calendar. Yeah. And let's see here. Kenny's saying, speaking of fruity stuff, the wild muscadine grapes also grow in this area. Folks, muscadines make some delicious wine. Actually, he says they make decisions wine, but I think he meant delicious, and Otto Carrot had his way with them. They're not good for anything else as far as I know, but man, that wine. Oh no. And let's see here. Dates are really prunes? No, they're not. No, they're not. Prunes come from plums. Dates don't come from plums. Do dates come from plums? I thought dates came from palm trees, and plums came from plum trees, and prunes came from plums. Do I know what I'm talking about? Usually the answer is no, so I absolutely expect you guys to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, Andre, thanks so much for those gift subs. And Cindy coming in bragging about the cinnamon raisin rolls you made. And, okay, no, they aren't. Plums don't grow on palm trees. Okay, so Terry, I thought that there was such thing as date palms as well. And so Terry and I live in the same universe. And it looks like Kenny and I live in the same universe. And maybe Darlene shares my universe. Mama Sean also says dates come from palms. Oh my goodness, I didn't make it up for once. Okay, yeah, Puzzy, now you learned something. You learned something today. And that's awesome. So when your daughter comes home from her job and says, Dad, what did you learn today? You can say, I learned that dates and plums and prunes are all different, except for plums and prunes they're the same. Okay, maybe just tell her about the date part, because the plum part is confusing. And let's see here. Phoenix dactyphilibipitute, commonly known as a date palm, is a flowering plant species in the palm family, Arasaka, cultivated for its edible sweet food called dates. The species is widely cultivated across North Africa, Middle East, Horn of Africa, Australia, South Asia, and California. There we go. All right, exactly, Gina. We are educational. And trailed us once again. Yeah, I didn't make it up for once. Okay, you guys don't need to mark on the calendar that we're talking about food today, but today you do need to mark on the calendar that I didn't make it up for once. Yeah. Oops. That's why we have the Statter Fact Check crew. The Statter Facts. Andre, Terry, Gina, always coming with the Statter Facts. And if they don't do it, then Rick probably has the Statter Facts. And if he doesn't have them, then Kenny's probably got the Statter Facts. This whole group here is all about getting the facts kind of organized, kind of right. We're doing our best. But, you know, always remember Andy's golden phrase, no quote me. Medulla dates, I hope I spelled that right, are delicious even as a snack. I don't know if you spelled it right, and I don't know if I said it right, but I know exactly what dates you're talking about, and I don't think I said it right, and I don't think you spelled it right, but I do know what you're talking about, and that's all that matters. They are delicious. They are so delicious. Andre coming in with, I think, is closer to the right spelling, if not the right. I know there's a J in there. That much I know, and I think that Andre coming in with the spelling facts, which, Andre, I think you recognize that that's kind of ironic, right? But thank you very much. I'm right, mostly right more than I'm right, and mostly right more than I'm wrong. Yes, unfortunately though, Gina, it's the mostly right that is the real, like, that's the shaky ground. Right. Yeah, oh, Kenny from the Cove, your statter facts may not always hold up to close scrutiny, as mine will not be either, which is why I need the close scrutiny of the statter fact checking crew, which is exactly what you guys are. Medjool, that sounds right, says Kenny. Medjool, I think, yeah, that sounds right. And okay, so Andre didn't spell it right, but it was close enough that I'm gonna call it right. Now he's spelling it right. Mehul, however, dates are a good source of energy and easily available in many grocery stores. Their higher sugar content gives them a sweet caramel flavor that makes them a useful sweetener for many dishes. They're also full of antioxidants that are associated with many health benefits. You guys, I need to go buy some dates. I am now in the mood for a date. And Cindy coming in with bacon is always a great topic. And Darlene pointing out that bacon is not a fruit, but you saw a YouTube bacon recipe that you plan on trying on YouTube. And so, Darlene, I have a question for you. What is the recipe for bacon? Like, what do you mean, a recipe for bacon? Share, please. You don't have to, but the last time you and Rick shared a weird thing that you saw on YouTube, I tried it and it was delicious. What was that? Boiling mushrooms to make them better. Who boils mushrooms? I do. But Cindy, Darlene, to bring it all together, a very common appetizer that I've seen at parties is dates wrapped in bacon. And so suddenly, dates and bacon are a partnership. And, you know, we can include them in our discussion now. What's the difference between bacon and pork belly? Okay, well, all right. That's a complicated question, but assuming we're coming from the United States of America point of view and terminology. Okay, we're not talking about Canada. We're not talking about the UK. We're not talking about back bacon. We're not talking about rashers. We're not talking about whatever. We're talking about United States terminology only, okay? Pork belly is what you use to make bacon. Bacon is a curing process of the pork belly to make it bacon. Now, you can also have pork belly that hasn't been cured to be bacon and it's cooked on its own thing. So pork belly can be used as an ingredient in and of itself before it was baconized, or you can cure it and smoke it and slice it thin, and then it becomes bacon, or it's bacon. But basically, American bacon comes from a pig's belly. It's just been cut and cured differently. And let's see here. Cindy Krause, you think pork belly is the whole thing and bacon is one slice? It has to do with how it's cured, though. And Michael N. Smith, you are right. Pork belly generally does have more fat. Not really. It's not that it has more fat. It's just they trim a lot of the fat off of the bacon because it was there, because the pork belly has a lot of flippin' fat, which is why people love pork belly, because it's, okay, let me rephrase that, which is why some people love pork belly, and some people cannot handle the pork belly because of all that fat. And baconized, you like it. Yeah, I like that. I like that word too. And yeah, Darlene, I've seen where you take your pancake batter and a slice of bacon, and then you make a little bacon pancake as it, a pancake coated bacon. Yeah, I think a lot of people would really like those bacon sticks. But here's the deal: I don't like my bacon with syrup, but I like my pancakes with syrup. And so I don't know if I would like that, but I do think that most people do like that. Like when I was a little kid, I used to order pigs in a blanket, but I would separate the sausage from the blanket, and I'd eat the sausages first because I didn't want the sausages to have the sweet on them, because I was weird like that. And if you just noticed a lighting change, my lighting director decided to come into the studio and make a change right in the middle of the stream. Her name's Ashes, and apparently she wants attentions. And let's see here. Oh, that's what you're gonna do with the bacon? I bet you your grandkids will probably love that. And the simplest was just twisted bacon baked in the oven. Twisted bacon. So it sort of ends up being like a bacon straw at the end. That sounds delicious. And let's see, you want to go to a place that does pork belly adobo in Oakland? Oh yeah, that sounds like, I would like that. Lots of people would not, but I'll bet you I would like that. And yeah, fat totally does have flavor, but you know, Mama Sean, some people just really don't. I mean, you know, they'll order a flippin' ribeye and cut all the fat out of it. And it's just like, but that was why you ordered the ribeye, was for all the fat. And yes, definitely Ashes, Darlene. And let's see here. Trail dust. Well, I guess bacon is a fruit after all. You need to get some seeds. Yeah, actually, trail dust. You can get those seeds almost anywhere at the grocery store. They're in the, I don't know what aisle it's going to be in for you, but they're called Bacos, and they're bacon bits, and they're tiny little bacon seeds. And then you just sprinkle them in your garden, and then the bacon comes up. And then you pick the bacon off the bacon tree. Yeah. And my lighting director decided that there was too much light now, so it's time to turn the lights off. Apparently it's closing time as far as Ashes is concerned. And you might just try adding adobo to the fry pan full of bacon. I never even thought of adding spices to bacon. Well, you know, that's a cute idea, Rick, but remember, the pork belly is not going to be cured or smoked the way the bacon is, so it's gonna be different, but I still like where you're going with that. And Cheerios or donut seeds prove you wrong. Exactly. And Rick, you mean Filipino adobo, not the Mexican spice? Yeah, actually, I did know that. You meant that. And when it gets cold, spare a thought for the little piggies that need the blankies. But Cindy, this is what I want to read. Your friend used to stack 2 pieces of bacon and run a line of maple syrup up the bacon and cook slowly, flip, and do the same on the other side. Turns out like candied bacon. I've heard of candied bacon before, and that does sound pretty tasty. You wonder if the bacon seeds are hardy here in Minnesota. I don't know, dude. You're gonna have to look at the planting instructions. You might have to plant them in the fall to get a crop next fall. You know, some seeds require that overwintering. So for sure, read the planting instructions for your area. Yeah. Candied bacon on top of vanilla ice cream is amazing. I've never tried that, but this is what I do know. What about candy bacon? Oh, French vanilla ice cream, especially for sure, DJ Smook. But here's what I'm thinking. Darlene is talking about Cindy Krause's homemade delicious cinnamon breads and rolls. They look beautiful. That is true. But what if we put candied bacon in on the top of Cindy Krause's homemade delicious cinnamon breads and rolls? So you make the cinnamon bread and roll, and then you put the candied bacon on top of it, and then you put the glaze on top of the candied bacon. That's what we should do. That's the new thing. Owie, stop it. You're gonna be on screen until I decide you're not on screen. You need to hold on, because I need to scroll down and see what everybody just said. Okay? There. Now, this is the kitty who doesn't want to be here. But she wants to be a part of it, so she decided to be here anyway. And so now I'm gonna force love her, because she just hates it, and then I'm gonna let her go. And then she's gonna stand here like she's got nothing better to do. She did start it, Darlene. She started it. And, let's see here. Whew. I got everything in my faces. Okay. Andre's saying, if you don't eat pork and you want bacon, they say duck bacon is a good replacement. I have not tried that. Nor have I. But you got duck prosciutto at a farmer's prosciutto. I'm going to assume it's prosciutto. At a farmer's market, it was really good. The closest you've had to pork of any other not pork replacement. Okay, that's good to know. And yeah, exactly. Just put some chopped cooked bacon in the cinnamon. We might have to try that too. Yeah, we have just opened up a world of cinnamon, sweet, bacon, cinnamon roll, raisin possibilities. And shoot, why not put some dates in that cinnamon roll, huh? Well, then it wouldn't be Cindy Krause's cinnamon raisin rolls anymore. It'd be Mad Statter, the Statterbox crew, garbage sink cinnamon roll with candied bacon and dates. All right, so hey, Michael Anthony Smith, I am very impressed. You're leaving so you can go clean your house? Good for you. When you're done, can you come over here and clean mine? I am very impressed with you, my friend. Good on you for feeling motivated and working with that motivation. Awesome. Hooey ho, we will catch you later. And exactly, if you tried to handle Sudi like that, he would have sliced me like a ham. Well, luckily she is tiny. And Gina, I know we're overdue for a Lono listening break. So what we're going to do now is we are going to have... here we go. For a second, I didn't know what we were going to have. We're going to have a slightly different type of Lono listening break. That's right. It is a Lono listening break that I stole from Andy Boomatai. That is right. I stole it from Andy Boomatai, and I'm bragging about it, I guess. In fact, I stole this from Andy Boomatai like months ago, and then I forgot, and then I was really frustrated because I really wanted this video, and then I went to go look for it again, and I found it, and then when I went to go download it again, I found that I already had it downloaded. So we could have watched this months ago, y'all, but I didn't think I had it. So, all right, I guess that means everything is Hamajang, just like the Statterbox crew.
Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody and Hamajang, Jang. Ahe o ko ia ata aize, ke ho'oka ne hou kau kika. E aloha ana mele nahe nahe, e olelo haole. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody and Hamajang, Jang. Ahe o ko ia jogang, ke ho'oka ne hou baseline. E aloha ana mele nahe nahe, e olelo haole. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody and Hamajang, Jang. hea o ko ia mo ke ale, ke ho'okani hou ukulele. E aloha ana mele nahe nahe, e olelo haole. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up Hamajang, jang. Au hea o ko ia sani chilingwe, ke ho'okani hou kau kika. E aloha ana mele nahe nahe, e olelo haole. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up Hamajang, jang. Au hea o ko ia ka maka vivo ole, ke ho'okani hou ukulele. E aloha ana mele nahe nahe, e olelo haole. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up. Everybody dance, everybody sing, everybody end up Hamajang, jang. I'll say there.
Right, there we have it. Hamajang Jang by LonoMusic. Not really our theme song here at the Statterbox crew, but our theme song by let's see here. Our theme song by proxy. That's it. Our theme song by proxy, because that is the theme song for the Hamajang Gang for Andy Pigeon's Daily Boomatai. Yep, good to know I still say that. All right. Theme song for the group who hangs out at the Daily Pigeon Live with Andy Boomatai. It's our origin song. Exactly. And exactly, Terry and Scotland a Pig would not last long trying to run through here. And Kenny, it's on your bucket list to get a shout out in a Lono song. Well, I'm assuming you mean by Lono. And hopefully it'll happen one day. Hopefully he'll start posting videos again one day. He says he's going to. We'll see. Exactly. We're all Hamajang related. Precisely. Exactly. Okay, so let's see here. What else do we have to talk about today? Oh, that's right. Bacon burgers are... Who is it that just said something about bacon burgers? Trail Dust. Your son is cooking burgers. Bacon is in the staging area. Oh, yum. I remember back when my favorite burger joint was around, called Zippy's. We may or may not have talked about it here. We have. They used to have a burger called the Squealer, and it was 50% bacon ground in with 50% beef. So the bacon and the beef were all in the patty. And then it was also served with more bacon on top of the burger patty. That was the most delicious burger ever. And they used to only serve it once a month. They used to only serve it once a year for their 1 month period for the Burger of the Month program that they had. Because they had different burgers of the month every month. However, they were the Squealers were so popular and people asked for them all year round that they eventually became part of the regular menu. And Cindy Krause, you saw a banana with a line scooped out of it and chocolate in the scooped out part when the whole thing was then wrapped in bacon. Oh my god. I don't know if I'd want the bacon, though. I mean, give me the banana with the chocolate, okay. But I don't... Chocolate-covered bacon... I mean, I like both, but do I like them together? I'm willing to try. I'm willing to go to try. I'll take one for the team. I'll try. You've seen me try much worse things, like the Vienna sausages. And speaking of the Vienna sausages, etc., as you guys might have noticed, I did cut down the Vienna sausage thing to 18-minute synopsis of the thing and of the taste test. And people seem to be liking it. Plenty people or some people have, left comments about it who aren't regulars here. So it's obviously getting views from people outside of our regular circle. And it occurs to me that maybe I'm going to have to do this more often. And what I definitely know is we're going to get a corned beef one. We're gonna get a corned beef one. I'll do the corned beef on camera. I don't know what I'll do to make the corned beef because I'm not going to be eating it just out of a can. But we will be doing a corned beef taste test one day. Not today, but one day we will. I have the means. So thanks to Andre, I have the means for the corned beef. And yeah, so I'll be doing corned beef. And apparently, corned beef in a can is completely different than corned beef that I've had. American style corned beef, the brisket or whatever, is completely different than what's in that can or those cans. And pre-cooked, yeah, it'll be, well, first off, Pussycat, I think corned beef is already pre-cooked. But yes, I will be reheating it to consume it. And Andre, I need more corned beef, like the flavored kind. Oh, no, I think that, no. How about not yet? How about I just stick with the original at first, and then maybe we can expand from there. But yeah, no, I don't. Well, maybe I should, because honestly, what people loved about the taste test was me not liking it. Because people message me, they're like, I thought that it would be like a good taste test, but that would be a good taste test, but you didn't like it at all. It was like, nope, did not like it at all. And let's see here, Cindy, corned beef experiment needs corned beef and cabbage to really get the full experience. Well, I almost always have cabbage in the house, so all right. And let's see here. Kenny, it's not corned beef, it's corned beef. Right, I hear ya. Yeah, no, exactly, Andre. Yeah, Cindy, yeah, you're right, Andre. Samoans don't eat the canned stuff with the cabbage. And I don't really know. I mean, considering that corned beef and cabbage is not even an Irish thing. And people in Ireland, when they eat corned beef, they eat it apparently out of the can. So, well, I know Cindy, I know they eat it with... Cindy, I don't think I need to explain to you, but they eat it with rice. But you have to know that, right? They eat it with rice, silly kitten, not with cabbage. They eat their corned beef with rice. And so I was thinking of just basically trying it with rice, but I definitely, but I could have a side thing of cabbage too. I mean, cabbage, rice, and corned cabbage. No, not corned cabbage. Cabbage, rice, and corned beef. That sounds like it could make a pretty good meal if it were edible. And I know that rice is edible. I know that cabbage is edible. So really, And Kenny from the Cove, if you're gonna do corned beef, you gotta pair it with either cabbage or sauerkraut. See, I totally disagree, y'all, because here's the deal. American-style corned beef is not what they eat in Ireland. American-style corned beef is not what they eat in the UK. American-style corned beef is not what they eat any place else in the world. The only place in the world that we eat corned beef and cabbage is the United States. And the corned beef that we eat it with is not the same as the corned beef in the can. And so I don't think that that's a good pairing, actually. It's not brisket. It's potted meat, dude. It's a totally different thing. And, oh, Cindy, you're like, oh, sorry, I failed to mention the rice. Okay, there we go. Because, yeah, actually, some cabbage, rice, and corned beef, to me, sounds like it probably could be good. And yeah, exactly. Live from Mad Statter's kitchen. And right now, I'm not going to let you in my kitchen right now. I don't even like going into my kitchen right now. And you can see if you were in my kitchen why I don't, because my kitchen, I have not cleaned it up for the last 2 days. It is just awful. It is just awful. And let's see here. Let's see here. Samoan ladies at the Hawaiian market said to Google long rice noodles or chop suey recipe when I was to buy your long rice noodles. I have long rice noodles, actually, thanks to Andre. He sent me a bunch of them. So I actually have the noodles. So I could maybe make corned beef with long rice? Okay. That recipe has canned corned beef in it. Okay. Now see, that I'm more inclined to, because these corned beefuses that Andre got, they're from New Zealand, or they're from Australia. They're from, the South Pacific. And so so I don't really want to eat Irish food with it. Like, that's just not what that's not what that was made for. Oh, you're from a flavor stance, not an Irish stance. You finally had corned beef and sauerkraut at your sister's and it was Ono. Okay, but what kind of corned beef was it? Was it the sliced corned beef, or was it from a can? That's the difference. The canned corned beef is very different than the sliced corned beef. And this stuff is from the can. Remember? I mean, honestly, corned beef is, I don't even know why it's called the same thing, because they seem to be very different. And corned beef, oh wait, here we might find out why it's called corned. Terry in Scotland, corned beef, bully beef, or salt beef in some Commonwealth countries is a salt-cured brisket of beef. The term comes from the treatment of the meat with large-grained rock salt called corns of salt. Got it. And let's see here. That's how you eat it in Kaneohe. Also, tuna with mayo on hot rice and some soy sauce. I've never had tuna with mayo on hot rice, but let me tell you, dude, tuna with rice and soy sauce, that used to be one of my favorite lunches back in the day. And, oh no. Oh, good, Darlene. You came home to a baby robin out of its nest, not quite able to fly yet. He gets spooked really easily, but at least Mama's coming down to feed him and watch over him. Oh, that is beautiful. And yeah, I guess, Puzzy Cat, that's what I'm talking about. It's corned beef hash, I guess. The can doesn't say that, but yeah, that I suppose is exactly what I'm talking about. And so it's not like the real, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. See, Kenny. See, we're talking about two different things. Kenny, sliced corned beef from the deli at H-E-B. Not sure if canned corned beef can be helped by any side dish. Precisely. Yeah. See, that's why I'm like, I just don't think we weren't talking about the same thing. Yeah. So just so to clarify, Puzzy Cat nailed it on the head. I didn't have the right terminology for it, but that, I guess, this is the sticky wicket. I'm talking about corned beef hash, y'all, in the can, not the stuff that actually looks like food, but the stuff that looks like cat food. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Which is why I think it might make a good stream, because it's like, I honestly think it looks like cat food, and and then I'm gonna have to eat it. So yeah, so yeah, and Cindy Crust, your other favorite is Japanese style curry on rice. Have I ever tried it? Yes, I have. And despite the fact that if you've been here for a while, you've heard me say 1,000,008 times I don't like curry, that's generally true. But Japanese yellow curry is one of the few exceptions. I love Japanese curry. Japanese curry is one of the only curries that I will not only eat, but willingly go out of my way to find it so I can eat it. And Andre, tinned corned beef is called pasupo in Samoa. The word goes back to the days of whaling ships in the 1820s, when the first canned food encountered by Samoans was pea soup. Then salted beef, not canned, was also Then salted beef, not canned, was carried by whalers. Corned beef is very popular with Samoans and regarded as a luxury food. It is bought in canned form or in small barrels of brined belly beef. Wow. All right then. Brined belly beef sounds like another way to say pickled beef, but I'm assuming that doesn't have a nice ring to it, so... And yeah, Darlene, I'm going to try to add the mayo, but seriously, even if you don't do the mayo and you just do the rice, tuna, and soy sauce, oh no, grinds right there. And, Mama Sean coming in with the real deal. Canned corned beef isn't necessarily corned beef hash, y'all. Hash usually has potatoes in it, too. Okay, see, I'm learning, are we learning something today? I feel like we're learning something today. And liverwurst and Braunschweiger look like cat food, kinda. Oh, no, not kinda, honey, they do. But both are good on rye with mustard. I will let you tell me that. And then I might take a bite of your sandwich, and I'll probably let you have the rest. And if I like it enough, I'll go order my own. But yeah, okay. Cindy, you had onions to the tuna too. Yummy, might make it for dinner. God, that does sound good. And I have all of these things in my house. And let's see here. The Samoans buy that kind of canned corned beef by the case in the Samoan store in my area. Right, yeah. The Micronesian store in my neighborhood has cases of corned beef in the windowsill, on the shelves, in the storage. I don't know how much they sell, but they must sell a lot of it, because that is, I dare say that like corned beef or tinned corned beef is probably 10% of their shelf area in that store. Hey there, Ivan Sugar. Good to see you. We are, I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter. Welcome in. So glad that you decided to say something. We are right now talking about canned meat, specifically canned corned beef. And if you are like, why are you talking about that? That is a really good question. I don't have an answer for you, but that's a really good question. And Pezzycat's just like, I like liverwurst. Don't be pushing on liverwurst. And Terry coming in, pastrami. It's a type of cured meat originating from Romania, usually made from beef brisket. Later, they used lamb, pork, chicken, or turkey. The raw meat is brined, partially dried, seasoned with herbs and spices, then smoked and steamed. Like corned beef, pastrami was originally created as a way to preserve meat before the invention of refrigeration. Yes, and when it comes to slices of meat, I prefer pastrami over corned beef from what I have had in my life. I'm not saying that I might find a gooder corned beef that I like better one day, but I have not yet. And Andre, alusami is a popular dish at a family feast in parts of Polynesia. In Hawaii, it's called lau lau. In Fiji and Samoa, it's called kulusami. But what is it? Corned beef or mutton, onions, garlic, salt, pepper, coconut cream. Nope, don't want that. Wrapped in a big taro leaves and put in an underground oven called lovo. Today, most people are using ovens instead of lovos, and I don't know if that was an I or an L, so I'm going to still say it was an L. And this recipe is no exception. If you want to cook it the old way, think you need a fire with very low heat. The meat comes pre-cooked, so you should be good to go. And Mama Sean will try to find the recipe for the long noodle with corned beef and send you. Awesome, Mama Sean, awesome. Either send it to me or post it on the Discord. I don't know if you've got a Discord link, but definitely send it to me, and I'll post it on the Discord. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, live a little lady. Trek on down to the local grocery mart and get yourself a tube of Oscar Mayer Braunschweiger and try it. You'll like it, maybe. Oscar Mayer has Braunschweiger? I don't know if... I don't know if they do around here, dude. That's like deli meat stuff. And Marcel, you work in Braunschweig. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I'm guessing you are living in Germany then. No, but perhaps only in Texas, Andre, especially in those German-oriented towns. But here's the deal. If I Gina, thank you so much. Yeah, for people who want to go to the Discord server and look up recipes, etc., or post recipes, or just like, chat. I don't spend a lot of time on Discord, not gonna lie, but that is the invite link to the Discord. And Kenny, if I was gonna get Braunschweiger, I would get it from my German delicatessen, because oddly enough, in my town, not only do I have a Micronesian mart, not only do I have 2 Hawaiian restaurants, not only do I have 3 Asian marts, I also have a German deli. And so, and in this German deli, they've got all sorts of European chocolates. And that's why I try not to go to that German deli very often, because their candy selection is nothing but European candy. And I think we all know that European candy is, well, better than what we have here in the United States. And so I try not to go there because, yeah. But now maybe I will. I'll go convince myself I'm there to get meat, even though I know I'll end up with chocolate. Braunschweiger, chocolate, it's the same thing, right? Right? And Andre, that is true. We have an Italian cultural center with all kinds of goodies. And it's not just an Italian cultural center, actually. It also is the Italian consulate for the West Coast, 1 day a week. Most of the time, the Italian consulate on the West Coast is located in San Francisco. But 1 day a week, their consulate office moves to Seattle, or actually Burien, and they're like 5 blocks from my house. So if you're an Italian who needs to visit the consulate on the West Coast, I can hold your hand and walk you there. They've got good parking. I know a guy, shall we say. And Puzzycat, no, Shock is not here right now, or if she is, she's lurking. She is working on rebuilding a website tonight. Her husband's website went down. It's got no audio, and she, when you're an audio engineer, having no audio on your website is a bit of a problem, apparently. And Ivan Sugar, you're from Chile, and it's funny because when Chileans get annoying by some artist or famous, we write many recipes in their photos on Insta. Continue the conversation. I like pastel de choclo, and choclo is a Chilean traditional dish. Okay, first off, Ivan. Well, okay, first off, let me make this clear. We've got this emote here in my stream, and very rarely do I want people to use it. But this haha emote right there, when I massacre words like I am sure I just did with what you said in your post, that is when we're allowed to post the haha. Point and laugh at me. I am so sorry for absolutely massacring the words that I just tried to say. Because I know I did. But, Ivan, if you dare take the time to help me not be an idiot, I would love to know what, oh boy, what pastel de choclo, pastel de choclo, choclo means corn, and I probably am saying that wrong, I know. So, right, yeah. What is that, though? So, okay, choclo means corn, but what is a pastel? Is that like a corn? I feel like... Yeah, what kind of is it? What? I mean, you can post the recipe if you want. You can post the recipe if you want, because we don't mind recipes here. Okay, pastel is cake. I knew that I should know what that word was. So it's a corn cake. Okay. Okay. And, Darlene, no, you're not any... No one knows everything. That's why we're also learning here while chatting. Exactly. So, beige is a pastel. I don't think we're talking about color crayons, Jerry. And it's right, choclo. Okay, so... Okay, all right, good. In Spanish, yeah, in Spanish, right? See, but I don't speak Spanish. I'm so stupid when it comes to that. But I knew I should know it because I've totally seen it. So, you guys, we're learning so much today. We're learning so many things. I don't remember what we learned, but I know that we've already learned a couple things, and this was one of them. Pastel is a cake, and it's also a color of soft hue. Yeah, there we go. A corn cake made with corn flour? Yeah, actually, Darlene, someone who's gluten-free like me, I'm like, what is this recipe? I might, you know, you have to look that up. I do speak a little Spanglish and food things in Spanish. Sort of, except for I don't know what some food things are. And you know what? With a person, I'm kind of offended, actually. How does someone my size not know what cake means in Spanish? If I know Spanish words for food, how do I not know cake? How do I not know cake? Because I like cake. I like cake a lot. All right, so let's see here. All right. Pastel de choclo is a traditional dish from Chile, typically made with a filling of Pinot ground beef with onions. Okay, a piece of chicken leg or quarter breast, raisins and olives are also added and topped with a layer of sweet corn puree. Sweet corn topping is usually mixed with basil or other herbs to add flavor. The dish is typically baked in an oven and served hot. I'm gonna have to look that up. Terry, in Scotland, it does not compare to cornbread at all. It's a completely different beast. I'm gonna have to look that up. That is so not what I was expecting. But everything... Okay, the raisins are kind of weird. But everything else on there sounds like, okay, let's do that. Yeah. It's like a picadillo in a cake. Great. What's a picadillo? I know how to say it, but I don't know what it is. And if you tell me it's pie, I'm gonna really be annoyed. Because how do I not know what pie is? And you have not had picadillo? No, I probably have. I just don't know what it is. The name sounds familiar. That's right. We also learned that dates are not prunes. That's right. We learned that corned beef hash and corned beef are not the same thing. We learned that dates are not prunes. And we learned that pi was 3.14159. And that's where pi ends, y'all. And let's see here. Oh, picadillo is a traditional dish in many Latin American countries, including Mexico and Cuba, as well as the Philippines. It's made with ground meat, tomatoes, also raisins, olives, and other ingredients that vary by region. The name comes from the Spanish word picar, which means to mince. That is right. We've got a 2-minute warning there, Puzzy Cat. And it does sound like, yeah, Andre, you're right up. That it's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like a version of picadillo with the corn on top. And after I look it up, Kenny, maybe I could cook it up and send you some. Sounds like it might be oddly tasty. Yeah, I don't know, dude. If you lived, closer, I might be able to. But by the time it gets to you, it might be cooked and double cooked and refried and stuffed, all in that mail route that, it might be gassy by the time it gets to you. And Andre, you're saying it's good yet at a Cuban restaurant. Okay, cool. And yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Rick, for the shout out for Lono. For those of you who don't know, in the background, we have got music provided by LonoMusic. LonoMusic is a gentleman from Molokai, Hawaii, who has songs both in English and in the Hawaiian language. And he's got about 15 albums that you can download if you wish. You can download them at LonoMusic.com. And if you don't want to purchase any of his music, but you still want to listen, you can always go to his YouTube channel. Just search LonoMusic. His username is Kaupe'epe'e, but that's hard for folks who don't speak Hawaiian to spell. So instead of spelling Kaupe'epe'e, which is Kaupeepee, you just do a search for LonoMusic. That's LoNoMusic. Yeah, and you'll find Lono. And Ivan, you're sorry you cannot explain because your English is not the best. Actually here to practice. Ivan. Oh my God. What do you mean your English? Your English is probably better than mine. Great spelling. Phenomenal. I don't think any of us would have guessed that you didn't feel comfortable with English. Dude, awesome. That's fantastic. I'm so glad that you got to communicate. And I think you communicated pretty successfully. You were able to give us that recipe and paint a picture with food of the food that you were talking about. So, dude, welcome in. Welcome to the Chatterbox crew. I hope you can come join us on whenever we do our chattering. We do our chattering on Sundays and Wednesdays, 5 p.m. West Coast time, both on Twitch and on YouTube. And if you're in the mood to watch a movie, on Saturdays, we watch a random movie that I pick, starting at 6 p.m. West Coast time. That is only on the Twitch side, however. YouTube gets a little bit up in my business with the copyright issues. But yeah, Andre, thank you so much for that gift sub to Ivan. Ivan, you do have that sub. So now you can go on the online and you can do all the haha emotes when I do silly, stupid things. And also, Ivan, first off, spelling is great, but if you don't do it right, that's fine too. Because as Kenny from the Cove says, it's not like our English is all that gooder either. And let me just tell you right now, Ivan, that's not a good English sentence. And that's kind of what we do. Sometimes we make words up here, and sometimes we legitimately sound stupid because we don't know what we're talking about. But if you can handle all that, come on back on Wednesday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. Because exactly, as Gina Gamba just pointed out, sometimes words are jarred. Not just hard, they're jarred. And precisely, Ivan, another thing about this crew is we do try to be super friendly. We're one of the friendliest places on the internet. That is something that we do. In fact, that's probably the only thing that we take really seriously here, is just trying to be nice, you know? And so I'm glad that you felt welcome here. And if you enjoy the people here, there's another content creator named Andy Bumatai. He has a show on YouTube, on Twitch. Actually, he's got a show on a lot of places, but Thursday, 6 p.m. West Coast time, Daily Pigeon Live with Andy Bumatai comes on. And chances are, everybody that you see here, you will see over there. And we are just as friendly over there as we are here. In fact, it was that particular content creator, Andy Bumatai, and his Daily Pigeon Live show where most of us kind of met, and my stream kind of came about because of that. So if you like us here, another content creator you might like is Andy Bumatai with Daily Pigeon. Very nice community there. And Stream Elements, Shock is in the house lurking. Thanks so much, Shock, for being K and giving the info for Andy Bumatai. All right, you guys, we are 3 minutes past the bottom of the hour, which means I talked too long. Are we shocked? I'm not shocked. Are you shocked? We're not shocked. But it is time to wrap it up. So we're going to see each other hopefully on Wednesday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. And if we don't see each other on Wednesday, then maybe I will see each other. No, not I will see each other. We will see each other on Thursday at the Daily Pigeon Live. And for those of you who are regulars at Daily Pigeon Live, Medium 7-Up is going to be co-hosting with Andy this week. So definitely check it out. All right, you guys. Have a great one. Oh, that's right. Photo Luke is another one, but we're going to... Oh, Mama Sean. Yes. I'm not going to say goodbye yet. Andre, thank you for the biddies. There's another content creator called Photo Luke Hawaii. Super awesome group of people too. So Ivan, if you want to learn about Hawaii, Photo Luke Hawaii. All right. Nice to meet you guys. Now it's time to go. All right. Let's do it.